center that I direct, the Microphotonics Center, is responsible for Communication Technology Roadmap, which links together a number of national labs, universities, and companies around the world. So all together, there are about 35 different representatives from these entities in every continent in the world. And it started in near 2000, looking at the bubble in communication technology, where any new technology was $1 billion. And the question was, what are the latest technologies coming? How do we integrate them into our company? What research do we need to do? And so forth. After the bubble passed, the roadmap began to analyze what the remains of the industry were, and interestingly found a tendency to do customization, which was exactly the opposite of breeding a large industry. Because companies had less and less in the way of customer volume available, so what they tried to do was save their customers by customizing. And this customization limited the flow of technology into society because everyone was doing something different. So they set a goal for the information industry to look at standardization, to look at a number of different generalized goals, such as that a standard platform, and so more integration, things that would benefit everyone rather than things that would save a particular customer. And also analyze for the regulators what the impact of regulation is in that particular industry. And showing that fiber to the home, which was regarded as one of the great new technology waves, would never generate enough volume over the years of its rollout to sustain the industry in itself, because it had grown from essentially one company, AT&T, before the bubble, to at the last count, at the peak of the bubble, was over 700 companies doing the same thing that one company had done. And then we brought in economists, Sloan School people, to look at the different issues that were flowing through that, and it was a great aid in the beginnings of how to formulate a recovery for the industry. Today, that same roadmap group has defined 3 goals for the industry flourishing. The first one is, of course, reducing cost. So 25% reduction in cost every year for the same performance. So that means everyone joining in a standard platform. The second one is reducing energy. So everything has to become more energy efficient. And as a result of that, things such as integration, where you can get smaller numbers of devices working more closely together to do higher degrees of functionality, become important. And thirdly, bandwidth density. How are we going to get these exabytes around? If we did it with twisted pairs, it would take this whole building just to do one cable. So how are you going to do that? How do you crowd all of that information into the smallest possible volume? And all of these things are now trickling up and down the information technology supply chain, and everybody's looking at their role and doing that and how it can go forward. And generally, I would say this is a great success, both for the faculty here in learning where research opportunities are, and the industry in being able to sit down and talk informally about these higher goals that are pre-competitive.